Hey everybody, it's Phil Tibble with PTWeather.com. It's January 12th. I'm doing a quick little video on what we're expecting the next few weeks, really focusing on all the cold that we're all going to get, a little system that's going through up the East Coast on Tuesday and Wednesday, and then also a windstorm we're going to have on the East Coast tonight. Couple additional things to mention. You can now see on PTWeather.com. You can connect to PT Weather on Twitter and Facebook. And of course, you've got my YouTube videos that show tutorials on how to use PT Weather, as well as weather videos like this. But yeah, come be my friend on Twitter and Facebook. Currently, as of the making of this video, I have no friends. So please come be my friend. All right, off to the weather. First, focus on this Kansas City Chiefs-Miami Dolphins game that's happening tomorrow at 8 o'clock at Arrowhead Stadium. It's the talk of everywhere. It's supposed to be one of the coldest games ever to be played. It's an outdoor stadium. And so I just kind of wanted to go in there and see what the temperatures are going to be. And so Arrowhead Stadium's around over here. Show forecast. I'm definitely going to watch this game. This is going to be a good game. Miami Dolphins have no business playing in this type of weather. All right, so Saturday, I'm looking at the high-resolution NAM model, and you can see 8 o'clock p.m. is kickoff time at Arrowhead Stadium. It's going to be 3 degrees with 27-mile-per-hour winds. That puts wind chills down at like -10, which is a full 100 degrees colder than the Miami Dolphins are probably used to playing. I'm not a betting man, but if I were, I'd probably take that into consideration. If I were a Miami Dolphin player, I'd probably just stay home. Other things you can bet on, is Taylor Swift going to be there? It might be too cold for Taylor Swift even. And if she is there, it might be too cold for the cameras to pan over to her every 10 seconds. But should be a fun game to watch. Kansas City Chiefs, you should be ashamed if you lose that game. All right, zooming out. We're going to look at the full weather. We're going to go to the GFS model at 4 p.m. And we're going to look at the systems. This is the current time right now. This is what the weather looks at. This is probably the most weather we're going to see in the next few weeks, is what's on the screen right now. And you can see that most of this here, there's a lot of rain coming through here. But it's going to move fast. If I increment by 12 hours at a time, it goes through us real quick. I'll go ahead and run through the whole model just to show that there's not a ton happening. Here's our Tuesday, Wednesday storm forming up on the GFS model. It's not very strong. It's pretty light snow. And it's actually not as intense as the past models have shown. Let me go ahead and show the accumulation totals for this. So this is the Tuesday, Wednesday storm. And I'll go ahead and just get most of the East Coast on this. And we're going to go to aggregations, and let's do snow. We're going to go GFS daily, and then we're going to pick snow totals. And we're going to choose, I'll just grab everything between the 15th and the 18th and hit submit. And so it's not a ton of snow. It's like on this little blue dot here that's kind of camouflaged with the rest of the blue. It's giving us like 3 inches right now, which is actually trending down from what it was. This is the 12 o'clock run. If I go back to previous runs, let's go back to the 6 o'clock run. You can see it gave us a lot more. Go back to the midnight run. Again, more, but to the south. We can even go back to yesterday's run. Had more. So we're trending lower, which isn't good. The European model tends to back this up. If I go to the European model, our Tuesday, Wednesday storm is way down here. And honestly, this kind of makes sense to me. We've got this polar vortex that's pushing all this cold air, more cold air than we've seen in over a year into the country. And all those systems are now sliding to the south, when back in the La Nina year, all these systems were going to our north. Honestly, this past month has been mimicking more of the La Nina's years we've seen of the past couple years, with systems going to our north and the warm and temperatures being too warm. It's completely doing a full 180 here. We're going from warm to really cold. Let's do a quick look at how cold those temperatures are going to be. I'm going to go ahead and make a big box here, big weather window. I'll go back to basic. We're going to go to GFS daily. I'm going to look at those minimum temperatures starting on the 13th. And we're going to go to discrete map. On the discrete map, everything in blue is below freezing, blue and purple. Everything in green and above is above freezing. If we go forward a day at a time, and this kind of mimics how the pattern's been for the last month, where you see the cold air kind of intruding on the west here, and then it gets warmer as you go into the east. That's about to change a lot, and for probably a long time, hopefully the whole winter. But you can see as I go a day at a time, the minimum temperatures just get colder and colder, and we're seeing temperatures that we haven't seen in such a long time, especially on the East Coast where it's been so warm for so long. That temperature moderates a little bit towards the end of the forecast, as you can see. That's like 2.5 weeks from now. Is that really going to be the case? Who knows? It can change. And I think it's very likely that those temperatures will be back. I don't think that's the end of those temperatures that we'll see. But yeah, so the story is it's going to be cold. Last thing to show is the wind that's going to be happening tonight across the East Coast. It's going to be not as windy at Arrowhead Stadium tomorrow, believe it or not. It's actually going to be more windy along the East Coast tonight. Let's go to the NAM model. Let's go to wind gusts. And we'll go to, I think the windiest time is going to be around 9 o'clock tonight along the East Coast. We're going to go to a relative map to better distinguish those colors. And so you can see all these oranges, these yellows, oranges, and reds. That's really windy. If I click on where I live, that's gusts of 53 miles an hour around 9 o'clock. We got a bunch of hours that are going to be we're going to have to deal with that. I can go 3 hours at a time here. We'll go back a few hours, right? And so you can see, all right, not terrible. I start going forward, and those winds really pick up, with the worst of it being around 9 o'clock. But yeah, so it's going to be windy tonight. Maybe not quite as windy as it was. If you remember that storm, that big rainstorm we had a few days ago, where we had a lot of rain and a lot of wind that came with it. Actually knocked down several basketball hoops in my neighborhood, and a lot of branches in my yard. But shouldn't be that bad. Shouldn't be that long. I think it's kind of be more of an overnight thing. Go to sleep tonight. It's going to happen. You'll wake up. It'll be largely be gone. Tomorrow will be a pretty good day, unless you're playing football in Arrowhead Stadium and you're a Miami Dolphin. All right. I don't have anything against Miami Dolphins. Honestly, I don't care which team wins. I just think it's funny that they're going to be playing in 0-degree weather. All right. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Smash that subscribe button, and also don't forget to comment and be my friend.